Hello, Mr. Taylor. This is Audrey Stark, over at Ace Corporation. Thank you for this afternoon.
Hey, good evening. Likewise. I know you're very busy. Thanks for taking the time. We're seriously considering doing business with Ace Corporation at the moment. I hope we can continue this relationship.
Please, no need for formalities. We're practically friends after today. Right, Mr. Taylor? Or may I call you William?
Sure. So, what can I do for you? Was there something in our negotiations you were specifically concerned about?
Come on. Let's put all that business stuff aside. William, no more business. This is private time.
Yes. Well, I suppose it is. So, what's this about?
This Sunday, I'm free the whole day. How about you, William?
Our company is off on that day, but...
Which means you are free the entire day. I know this really nice cafe near the station and... Would you like to go there with me?
Excuse me? Why would I do that?
Well, it's a nice place. I just thought you'd enjoy it. After that, we could do a little shopping at the nearby department store. In the evening, we could enjoy a meal at a French restaurant, I know. Do you like French cuisine, William?
I do enjoy French food on occasion, but why would I go out to dinner with you on my day off? Is this like a business dinner or something?
Oh, come on, not business. This is a date. I'm asking you out on a date. We're practically lovers, right?
Wait. Huh?
You know, I really wanted you to ask me out, but you're still young, so I figured you weren't very experienced with such things, so I took the liberty of asking you out myself. Okay, so Sunday, 11 a.m. in front of the station. Are you okay with that?
Stop right there. What do you mean by lovers? I just met you today, Miss Stark, and for the first time.
That's love for you, William. Time is of no significance. Besides, I knew the moment I met you that you fell head over heels for me when you saw me.
Huh? Where did you get such an idea? I fell head over heels for you? Miss Stark? That's inconceivable. Why did you even think that? It's not as if I confessed my love for you or anything.
There was no need. I just knew. The moment we met, you smiled at me. I could tell by your expression.
Smiling when meeting people is what anybody would do. It's called courtesy.
When I was explaining things, you were listening so intently, never interrupting.
Well, it's considered bad manners to interrupt people during a conversation, especially during such important business negotiations.
You were looking at me with those warm and passionate eyes.
When talking with someone, it's customary to look people in the eye when speaking.
When our hands made contact, you blushed and looked so shy.
I was just a little taken aback when you intertwined your fingers with mine as I was handing you those documents.
And when we were leaving, we exchanged line addresses.
Well, you said there might be particulars you wouldn't understand and you might need to get back in touch with me. So?
You did all that because you like me, right?
No, you're mistaken. All I did was handle the situation normally, as any business partner would do. I'm afraid this whole thing, it's all in your imagination, Miss Stark.
Oh, please. You don't have to be bashful. There are many guys who want me, but I'm not easily swayed, you know. But you, William, you're handsome. You paid well. You passed the test? I'll go out with you.
Please, you got this all wrong. I really don't want to continue this conversation. I know I really shouldn't say this, but Miss Stark, you do realize you're twice as old as I am. Aren't you even a little embarrassed to be doing something like this?
My heart is still at 18. Don't you worry. Besides, age difference is insignificant in this day and age.
I really can't go along with this. And I'm going out with someone that I plan to marry soon. So, obviously, I cannot go out with you. Sorry.
What? Are you two-timing me? I demand that you break up with this nobody. I guarantee you that I am way better. I insist you go out with me.
You're out of your mind! No! I'll pass.
Are you sure about that? You refuse in our business negotiation? And right here.
What do you mean by that?
Simple. If you don't go out with me, no deal. You make the wrong decision and you might just get fired. So, what are you going to do?
All right, I understand. Can you allow me a little time to consider it? I'll give an answer tomorrow regarding the current situation.
Finally came to your senses. You should have just said yes from the get-go. I'm expecting a favorable response. William! William, are you there? What the hell is happening?
Good morning, Miss Stark. Is there a problem?
What's this about terminating the negotiations? I arrived at the office this morning and the boss screamed at me. What did you do, William?
All I did was relay the conversation we had yesterday to my superiors. I informed them that Ace Corporation stipulated that Miss Audrey Stark, one of its employees, insisted that she have an intimate affair with an employee of our company as a condition for concluding this business deal. If this condition is not met, the deal is off. That's what I conveyed. I also told them that I had no intention of accepting such conditions. And if they insisted that I go through with it, I would resign. Well, my boss was furious. He said he would never do business with such a shameless company. So, as a result, the whole business deal was terminated. I believe I said I would contact you regarding the answer to our conversation yesterday.
Hold on. This whole thing, this is about our relationship, not the business deal.
Of course it's about business negotiations. I turned down your offer of going out on numerous occasions, so I saw no need to refuse again.
But this is not possible. You don't care if this business deal sinks just for a simple private matter? It's your company that's going to reap the consequences. You do realize that, don't you?
I really don't know where you got your wires crossed, but it was Ace Corporation that brought this business to us, if I recall correctly. As this is the case, we have the right to terminate or conclude the contract. As a matter of fact, another firm, the Bayer Corporation, brought the same deal to us, under the same conditions. Except for one, of course. So, if we lose this deal, it really does not faze us at all.
I never said we would axe the deal. If you didn't go out with me, it was just a joke. It was just a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean to threaten you or anything. You took it all wrong.
You say it's a private matter, but I negotiated with you in good faith, thinking that you represented the Ace Corporation. I believe that your words were your company's policy and intent. I really feel bad saying this to someone who's my senior, but you should take responsibility for your position and what you say.
No, you got it all wrong. That was a private matter. It wasn't even during business hours, so it has nothing to do with the company.
Not sure about that. You brought that up during business negotiations. So, we came to the conclusion that Ace Corporation was part of this all along. That it was policy. We couldn't believe it ourselves. Ace Corporation really takes us for some corrupt third world company.
Please, William, come on. This is all just one big misunderstanding. All I wanted was for you to be a little more forthcoming. That's all. I suppose I was a bit forceful, and I apologize for that, but I am not sure I approve of you bringing personal romantic affairs into a business deal. Please, think it over for me. Just tell your boss that you were misinterpreting the whole thing. If you don't, I may end up getting fired.
Miss Stark, I really can't understand what you're getting at. I was emotionally traumatized by your remarks yesterday and today. This is simply harassment. So, I plan to submit a complaint regarding this matter.
As I said, it was all a mistake. Please, William, talk to your boss. Get him to reconsider. I'll do anything, please.
Unfortunately, we already decided that we will no longer have any business dealings with Ace Corporation going forward. This account is private, so I'm gonna block you. Sorry. Also, if you contact our company in any way going forward, we intend to get the authorities involved and will consult with our lawyers regarding what actions to take. I hope you and the company are able to work things out.
Please, William, please believe me. My love for you is real. Can't you understand that? You can be certain that I'll make you happy. Please, reconsider.
Stop it! Please! This is really getting on my nerves. Honestly, I despise people like you who never take the time to listen to others.
Huh? Despise?
Yes, that's right. I despise you. I never want to deal with you again.
You're not serious.
I pray for your success. Goodbye. After that unfortunate conversation, Miss Stark visited the company accompanied by her boss and her parents to apologize. But Miss Stark just would not apologize for her shameless behavior, insisting that I was her lover. She was in such hysterics that she ended up hitting my boss, and subsequently, the cops were called and she was escorted out of the company. Both my boss and I were furious, and we seriously contemplated suing Ace Corp, but Miss Stark's parents and her boss apologized profusely, and we eventually relented. We agreed on a financial settlement and a promise that they would keep a close eye on her and keep her from acting out her urges. I heard that Miss Stark eventually got fired and subsequently moved back in with her folks. Evidently, she's working to pay off the settlement her parents were forced to pay. Hey, Allison! What the hell happened today? You were completely ignoring me at the office. Even when I ask you something work-related, you just sort of brush me off. But on our date a couple of nights ago, everything seemed fine. What's up? Did I do something wrong?
Oh, it's you, Mark. Before you ask if you did something wrong, isn't there something you want to tell me?
Huh?
You'll probably say, you have no such recollection or something, so I'm gonna just ask you straight out. Your family, they aren't really that well off, are they?
My family? Well, they're not super wealthy if that's what you're asking, but they're doing okay.
That's a lie right there.
Huh? Why do you say that?
We've been going out for about 3 months, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You've been to my apartment, but you never invited me to your place. I thought it was kind of strange.
I explained all that to you. I live at home. My siblings and their families live there too. It's not much of an environment for relaxation.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, an old beat-up house like that, with 3 families living there.
Huh? Old beat-up house?
I only saw it from the outside, but figured it had 2 bedrooms at most. I bet you don't even have your own room.
What is this all about?
Well, actually, after our date the other day, I followed you home.
You followed me home?
Then I saw you go into an old beat-up house.
Oh, I see. You saw that house.
Mark, I always saw you as some rich kid with impeccable manners, and you dressed nicely too. So I figured you were from some rich family.
So you're saying that's the reason you started going out with me?
Yeah, I guess that was the main reason. But then everything changed. What is that house? That old beat-up shack?
Well, it is over 60 years old.
Are you serious? And 3 families live there? That's really not normal. It's abnormal. But you know what? I can kinda understand it looking at you.
What part do you kinda understand?
Well, you are kinda tight-fisted with your money.
Do you think so?
Yeah! When we're on dates and special occasions, you'd pay, but other times you insist we go Dutch. And you always bring a sandwich or something from home.
Yeah, I do.
And you don't seem to know much about expensive restaurants.
Well, I'm not really into gourmet food.
See? That's what I mean. Suppose it's how you were brought up. Ever since I started going out with you, I get this strapped for cash sort of feel permeating around you. Thought it was suspicious, and I followed you. The best way to really know someone is to see where they live, and that's what I say. And so I took one look at the dilapidated shack and I knew right away. So this seemingly refined and well-heeled guy was just putting on an act. But you showed your true colors. You were just a tacky, unsophisticated penny pincher. Bet if I check further, you'll probably be buried in debt.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we just have completely different values.
Let me ask you one more time. So, Allison, you started going out with me simply because you thought I had money. Is that right?
Yeah, you got that right. I'm really disappointed in myself. How could I have been so utterly duped? So that's the deal. Let's break up.
Okay, I get it. Guess there's no getting around it.
Huh? Giving up so easily? LOL.
I'm gonna be straight with you, Allison. I don't want to go out with a girl who's only after my money.
Oh, really? I can understand that. Living in an old dilapidated shack with your entire family tree, no money to your name, not a lot to write home about, LOL. Well, I'm also to blame. Didn't see through that window dressing. So very sorry, LOL.
I just ask that you maintain a proper business attitude at work. That's all I ask of you.
Yeah, gotcha, LOL. Hey, I just heard. You're going out with Audrey at HR.
What do you want? Thought I told you not to contact me unless it was for work.
Forget that. So, what about it? Is it true?
What's true?
Like I said, are you really going out with Audrey?
Yeah? What's it to you?
Are you serious? Oh my, I better tell Audrey all about you.
What are you talking about?
What do you think? About your house, that old dilapidated wreck, and your down and out penniless family.
That again?
Yeah, that. How can you keep the truth from her? That's a no-no.
I already told Audrey all about myself and my family.
Huh? You're not serious.
I am. And Allison, I was planning on telling you about my family when I had the time, but I found out the kind of person you were and decided not to.
Oh, really?
If that's all, I gotta go. I'm meeting up with Audrey later.
Is that right? It's late in the afternoon already, which means you're going out to dinner, perhaps? Bet you're going to Dutch as usual, huh?
Yeah, of course. Audrey's pretty picky about such things.
For real? Have a girl pay your way on a date? How tacky. Gotta say it again, but I'm so glad I dropped such a penniless cheapskate.
I'm also glad that I dropped a gold digger like yourself.
Huh? Dropped me? Huh? You're pathetic.
Yeah, well, like I said, no more line messages other than work stuff. I really don't want any contact with you on a personal level.
Yeah. Excuse me, LOL. Hey, Mark, what's with that HR announcement today? Come on, pick up.
I thought I said no more line messages if it's not about work.
Answer me.
The announcement is what it is. In 5 years' time, I will take over the company. Until then, we'll be preparing for the transition.
Nobody told me you were the president's son.
Yeah, well, there was really no need to bring it up.
How could you not tell me?
You never thought it strange that I had the same last name as the president?
I did think maybe you were related, but after seeing that beat up wreck, well, it's a pretty common name. Just thought it was a coincidence.
Oh, I get it. You didn't put two and two together because you figured I was a penniless creep.
Besides, is the company going to be okay with you at the helm? And with you and your family living in that horrendous place?
That place is not my home.
Huh?
We're currently living in a house my father built some time back.
What are you talking about? What is that junk house?
That's my great-grandfather's place. He was the first president of the company. Basically, it's my dad's old place. He's got a lot of memories there. Thought it'd be a waste to tear it down. You probably don't know this, but my hobby is making diorama landscapes. So I use the house as a sort of studio.
Huh? Hobby? A studio?
The day you followed me there, I was just working on a large diorama project, so I was staying over at that place every now and then.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. Why didn't you mention this when we were dating, or when we were talking about breaking up? All this time, I had no idea. Had the wrong impression of you.
So you're saying, if I had told you, you would not have broken up with me?
Yeah, of course. That's your problem. As a guy, you should have explained it all to me.
Excuse me.
Oh, well, seems like you feel a bit of remorse. So I'll tell you what. I'll get back together with you.
Huh?
Huh? What kind of reaction is that? So happy, cat got your tongue?
I explained everything to you straight out. I said I was not interested in a girl that was after my money. I don't want to get married to someone with completely different values.
Come on, that was all just talk. A tit-for-tat exchange. You say different values, but that kind of thing goes out the window once you're married. Come on, stop being so stubborn. Let's make up. What do you say? The most important thing is how we feel about each other.
I already have a fiance.
Huh?
You are aware that I'm going out with Audrey in HR, right?
Huh? You're still going out with her? I warned Audrey about you.
You marry that guy and you'll end up living in a beat-up shack with a penniless creep, LOL. Yeah, I heard. Wasn't that what you said?
Huh? Why?
Heard everything you said about me from Audrey.
Audrey never mentioned that you were the president's son. Didn't you keep it a secret from her too?
Didn't I say I told her everything about myself?
You said your family was not well off.
Why would I lie to someone I'm about to marry? Makes no sense. Audrey is my fiance, and at the same time, she is a co-worker. So, we plan to make a proper company announcement in time. Until then, I asked everyone involved to keep it confidential.
Huh? So you're saying Audrey knew perfectly well that you were the president's son when I warned her?
Yep, that's right.
How could you? You tell her but keep it a secret from me?
I told her because she could be trusted. That's why.
So, I can't be trusted. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. You went ahead and let your feelings be known before I even got the chance to explain myself.
Huh?
You went out with me for the money, right? You saw me go into that old beat-up house, got into your head that I was a pauper, broke up with me right away. That about right? I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but I don't like women who are after my money.
Well, Audrey may be the same. Ever thought of that? Oh, yeah. Did you know that she bought a new car the other day? Pretty nice timing, huh? Why would she do that unless she knew you'd take care of it? See? Audrey's the same. She's after your money.
She bought that with her own money.
Yeah, well, down the line, you'll end up paying the loan.
She said it'd cost about $15,000. Paid for it in cash, I heard.
Huh?
I offered to help her out, but she said buying something with your own money, money you worked hard for, there's meaning in that.
Huh? Is she nuts? If you're gonna pay for it, accept it. That's what I do.
Yeah, you think? I thought it was admirable. She's even saving up for our wedding.
What? Are you for real? Going Dutch on your wedding and your honeymoon?
Yeah, Audrey's like that.
I can never understand you guys.
Different values, I guess. So, getting back to your earlier point, us getting back together? 100% not gonna happen. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It was included in the HR announcement, but all company-related business from now on will be done through our corporate chat tool. So, I can finally block you.
Hold on a second.
Please refrain from using the chat tool for your own personal matters. I was transferred to a different section in order to prepare for the transition, and I no longer had direct contact with Allison anymore, but she disregarded my warning about using the company chat tool for personal matters right from day one. Messages were all negative comments about me, and she also sent countless barrage of messages to Audrey. But it immediately came to light as I was in close contact with the corporate compliance manager. Because of her repeated disregard for corporate compliance rules, she was eventually let go. I heard she got another job through relatives, but she was accused of stalking the young executive of the company and subsequently fired after 6 months. Her family member ostracized her for bringing shame to the family. After that, she had a hard time landing another job or meeting the man of her dreams. I heard she's currently living alone in a beat-up apartment somewhere. Hey, Caroline, I got something important to talk to you about. Got time?
Yeah, sure. What's up, Ethan?
Caroline, what do you think about a relationship? I mean, going forward. Like, about marriage?
Huh? Marriage? Are you proposing?
Yeah, well, if you want to think of it as such, go ahead. What if I did propose right now? How would you take it? Would you be happy?
Of course, I would be overjoyed.
Okay, great. And if we did get married, and I asked you to quit your job, how would you respond?
Huh? Why do you want to know that?
Well, you see, I'm going back to my parents' place soon. You know that my folks run a small business, right?
Yeah, they run a small company or something. You did mention that as I recall.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna have to take over the company in the future. So, if we are to get married, I would prefer if you quit your job and come back home with me.
Hold on. That company, I thought your older brother Jonah was going to take over.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But it seems Jonah eloped with some girl, and so I was left to take over the reins.
Can't you just decline? Do you want to take over the family business?
If I decline, there's nobody left to take over. At least not family. Ever since I was a kid, I was envious of my brother. It was always the one that my folks had in mind to take over someday. So, actually, I welcome it.
Well, at least you're not being forced into it. But quitting my job and moving into your folks' place, I don't know.
Not really that inclined, huh? Caroline, you don't want to really live with my folks?
No, it's not that. My current job, it's what I wanted to do for so long. I worked so hard to get this job. I really don't want to quit.
Yeah, I get it. Well, then that's that. Let's break up.
Huh? Break up? Like go our separate ways?
If you don't want to quit and come with me, there is no other option but to part ways, right? Okay, so I guess that's it.
Huh? Just like that? We've been going out for almost 6 years.
But you have no intention of coming with me. If you don't quit and come with me, how can we get married? No use bickering about it.
Yeah, I guess, but just the way you say it.
And also, if you won't go through with it, I have to inform everyone.
What do you mean everyone?
Yeah, I was back home last week. You remember. Well, when I was there, my folks introduced me to this local girl. Met her. She seemed nice.
Introduced you? Like a matchmaking thing? You went on a date with some girl? Isn't that, like, cheating?
Huh? No. It's not cheating. I'm not going out with her or anything. Just met and talked. That's all. All we did was have dinner a couple of times and, but she does seem to have taken a liking to me. Her family is serious about it too.
Are you serious? So if I refuse, you just switch to another girl. Is that it? I don't understand your logic, TBH. What am I? Like a substitute? A backup or something? That's really insulting.
I'm not insulting you! It's just that she's the daughter of one of our longtime customers. They are quite affluent, and they would be a major asset to our company. Of course, that would mean I would also be pretty well off. My folks are adamant that I get married to her. But I had you, so I didn't quite know what I should do. And like you, she is very beautiful. There's nothing I can criticize her for.
Huh? Are you for real? You have a girlfriend and you go on a date? Comparing the two of us as if we're cattle or something. So, all these years, it was all just superficial. All outward appearance.
No, I didn't mean to sound that way. Did I piss you off? I'm really sorry.
You really have no idea, do you? Forget it. Do as you like. Let's just break up. You do whatever you have to do.
Seriously? Are you okay with it? I'm really sorry. And I'm sure you'll find a great guy, Caroline. I hope you find happiness.
Yeah. Thanks for the wonderful 6 years of nothing. Goodbye.
Hey, Caroline. It's been a while, huh? How are you? Can we talk? I can't believe everyone! You remember my brother that eloped, right? Well, he's back! My folks are planning to reinstate him as president of the company. Can you believe it? On top of that, he plans to move in with his wife and kids. So my folks want me to move out of the house and find a place of my own. I've been preparing all this time to eventually take over for my father and was the one supporting the whole family. But once my brother shows his face here after all these years, it's all about him again. Don't you think it's pathetic? How could they? Hey, Caroline, are you there?
I'm at work now. I would appreciate it if you would stop with the non-stop trash talk. Talking to me like nothing happened between us. What is this anyway? Our relationship ended a long time ago.
Yeah, all true. Not my girlfriend anymore. I know. But you could listen a little to my grievances, right?
Huh? Why do I have to even listen to your grievances? Go to your folks or your wife, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know, but as I said, my folks are on my brother's side as usual. When I talk about moving out of the house, well, it seems my wife has been having an affair. She took the kid with her to her lover's place. That's why I'm stuck here at home. Really nowhere to go. They are set on making my brother the president of the company, so I'm no longer needed. Don't you think it's a horrible situation?
I really don't care, TBH. Why should I even care what goes on with your family or your personal affairs?
Yeah, that's why I contacted you. I'm thinking of getting a divorce. I realize that a rich girl is too headstrong. Just not suitable for me. I plan to get a divorce, quit this job, and move back to the city. I don't want anything to do with my family anymore. At least on business matters.
Oh, really? Do what you want to do.
Caroline, do you want to get back together again? I mean, start over?
Huh?
My folks pushed me to get married, but I could not get you out of my mind. Caroline, I kept thinking I should have just rejected my parents' pleas to take over the company and get married to and get married to you. All this time, I regretted my decision. So, Caroline, let's get married.
I'm already married, and I got 2 kids.
Huh?
You seem to have it in your tiny little head that I've been single all these years. How many years do you think have passed since we broke up? I got married 4 years ago, and my kids are 3 and 1.
You can't be serious. But you said you'd be overjoyed to marry me. But you didn't wait for me? Why did you go and marry some other guy?
That was before you went back to your parents' place and got married. Besides, I can't believe you thought I would wait for you. Are you nuts? So you expected me to wait until you got divorced. What am I, your faithful little puppy? Wasn't it you who said I would find a nice guy? You do remember that, right, Ethan?
Yeah, I suppose I did, but you could have at least told me. I wasn't even invited to your wedding.
Oh yeah, right. Invite my ex-boyfriend to my wedding. Sounds wonderful. And besides, we're not friends.
But I was all set on making up with you. I was gonna dump my folks and my wife and kid and come back to you. Are you gonna stab me in the back too? What am I gonna do when my folks kick me out?
Don't ask me. And stop trying to blame me for everything. I have nothing to do with you anymore. And you want to know the truth? It's super annoying.
Why me? Why does this have to happen to me? That brother of mine comes whimpering back. My parents accept him without a second thought and kick me out. My stupid wife takes the kid and shacks up with her lover. And you, Caroline, you up and get married and have kids? This is a total shit show.
What's the use of blabbering about it here? I feel sorry for you that your folks forced you into this, but you just left all that stuff to the last minute. And the fact that you met a prospective bride without my knowledge and then switched over. Besides, you're the one who decided to go back home, marry and take over the family business. It's all you're doing. So stop relying on others and get your shit together and do something about it. If you got qualms about your brother taking over the business, well, then just talk to your folks about it. Convince them. If you want to get divorced, take her to a court or whatever.
I couldn't do that.
Oh, so you can say whatever you like to me, but not to your folks? When you split up with me, you were pretty firm about your decision.
But I was young back then. I don't have that kind of energy anymore. And maybe my brother will just suddenly leave.
Okay, I've had enough. No use talking here. A complete waste of time. I'm busy. Gonna hang up. And I'm going to block you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Huh? Why would you block me?
I'm not even your friend. I really don't have time to waste with an indecisive, wish-washy guy like you. You don't have second thoughts about dumping me. But when you get dumped, you get all panic-stricken. So lame. You're pathetic.
What do you mean by that? What did I do that was so wrong? What am I supposed to do now?
Work it out yourself, for God's sake. You're really getting on my nerves. I'll tell you one thing. I am so happy I did not marry a pathetic coward like you. Best decision of my life. See ya.
Please, hold on a second. Caroline!
I later heard that he stayed on at his parents' home, didn't even get divorced. He apparently decided to help his brother as one of the company employees. However, after his brother took over as president, he evidently accumulated a huge debt, embezzled company funds, and disappeared. As a result, Ethan got promoted to the president, but he was not able to cover the huge debt. The banks dropped him and employees quit one after the other. His wife asked for a divorce and even his parents gave up and took off. Ethan was on a sinking ship, ready to go under at any moment. I am sorry that his family used him like that. But it's his own fault. He was not forceful enough or confident enough in the way he handled everything. Oh well.
Hello, Clara. I have to talk to you.
Hello, Mom. Can I help you with something?
I heard from my son that Alyssa wants to go to a private high school. Is this true?
Yes, that's right. The high schools around here don't teach the subject that Alyssa is interested in, so...
A private high school, huh? You do realize that it costs a fortune.
Oh, no need to worry about that. I talked to your son about it, and we came to the conclusion that the overall cost wouldn't be that great.
It's not about that.
Huh?
If you had the money to send Alyssa to an expensive private school, it would be more logical to have Kevin go to that private junior high school.
Excuse me? We've already decided that Kevin will be attending the local public school.
You must not do that. As the male in the family, he should be getting the best education you can provide him.
Well, actually, Kevin wanted it this way. He made the final decision.
No. Kevin is just being nice. He's just letting his big sister have her way.
Kevin is a confident kid. He is honest about his feelings.
No, you got it all wrong. I'm sure Kevin wants to go to a good private school. I can't believe you. You're his mother, for God's sake. It's a mother's job to understand and consider a child's future. Don't even know that? Besides, when Kevin was in elementary school, I urged you to let Kevin take the exam for entering that private school. But you simply ignored my advice and had him attend the local public school. But this time, I'm not going to back down. You must let him go to the private junior high school. I will not take no for an answer.
He said he doesn't want to part with his best friends he's had since elementary school and wants to continue with them to junior high.
Best friends? He doesn't need that. This is a time to study, not play.
He doesn't need friends?
Oh, that reminds me. I have a close relative whose son would be perfect for Kevin. He's getting ready to take the exam to get into the school so he could be Kevin's new best friend.
Say again?
Okay, so now we have a reason for Kevin to take the exam and get into the same private school.
Are you off your rocker? You can't just make best friends like that. It takes time and effort. You can't just come in and introduce yourself and then the next minute you're best buddies. It's more complicated than that.
I will not tolerate any more of your stubbornness. I want you to select a public school for Alyssa that's close by, so she can go there by bicycle. That's all I have to say. Alyssa, I need to talk to you.
Grandma?
I really don't want to waste my time on such trivial affairs, but you don't seem to understand your standing in the family, so I took the liberty of contacting you and telling you myself.
What's this about?
I talked to your mother earlier, and we decided that you'll be going to a public school nearby, a school you can commute to by bicycle. It's all set.
Huh? Hold on a second. The whole family sat down and we talked this over. It was decided that I would be going to that private school. I thought it was all worked out.
A woman does not need education, but of course you should at least finish high school. Public school is more than enough for you. If your parents are going to spend that money, they should at least have Kevin go to a private school. That's the proper use of money. Besides, don't you think you should be the one who should have said something? You should have just declined.
How could you say that? There are things I want to do in life too.
Talking back to your elder? I wonder where you got that stubbornness. At any rate, I talked to your mother about it, and it's all been worked out. I will not allow any more of your obstinance. Do you hear me?
Hey, Mom, you got a minute?
Hey, Alyssa. You're over at your friend's place, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going over the exam questions for school. I was going to wait until I got home, but I just couldn't get it out of my mind.
Something wrong?
I just got a line message from Grandma.
Huh? Grandma?
I never hear from her, so I was a bit shocked when I saw her name. She said you and her talked it over and decided that I would not be going to that private school. She said you guys worked everything out.
What?
And that the money would be better spent on Kevin's education. Told me not to be stubborn about it. Is this for real?
No way. We never decided on that. As a matter of fact, I just had an argument with her earlier. I can't believe she contacted you directly and said that.
So that means I can go on studying for the exam, right?
Of course. As a matter of fact, Kevin is sitting right next to me. He said you don't have to listen to what Grandma says. He made the choice to go to public school.
Oh boy, what a relief.
I can't believe that woman. She's always just concerned about Kevin. This is the first time she even acknowledged you, Alyssa.
Yeah, Grandma's always been like that.
I know. What are we going to do with her? Your father keeps cautioning her about her antics, but I guess it's complicated.
Grandma does seem to get a bit excessive sometimes.
But don't forget, Kevin, me and your dad, we're all rooting for you. We've got your back, so don't worry.
Thanks so much, Mom. I know I could count on you. Don't you worry about the exam. I'll ace it.
That's what I want to hear. Clara, are you there? This time, I want you to send Kevin to a private high school. Can I help you? Kevin is all set on going to a public high school. What? You didn't even consult me! Honestly, would it make any difference if we consulted with you? There you go again. Listen carefully, Clara. I've been telling you for years that you should give Kevin the best possible education, but you simply ignore me. You have no consideration for Kevin's feelings or his dreams, making him go to public school all these years. Don't you feel sorry for your only son? It's what Kevin wants. I can't say anything. That's not true. I think I mentioned this before, but it's wrong to put all your effort into educating Alyssa and ignoring your son. I have never pitted my kids against each other. They are equal in my eyes. Kevin went to public school because he had his reasons. Alyssa chose to go to private school because we thought it best for her future. It means nothing if a woman flaunts her educational background. But it seems Alyssa ended up going to a nearby public school, commuting by bicycle, just as I said. I hope you're not thinking of sending Alyssa to college, are you? Oh, she's definitely going to college. What? She's moving out next year and will be living in the dorm of the state college. That means you're going to have to send her money every month. There's no way I'll permit that. No way. I don't care if it's private or public. If you're going to spend money, spend it on Kevin, why don't you? This time I insist. He must attend a well-known private school. I already told you. Kevin is going to a nearby public high school. Again, you're being stubborn as ever. That's what the kids want. They can do as they please. As I've always said, education is best for men, not for women. A mother's duty is to look after her son, Kevin, not Alyssa. As a mother, you should know that. And I urge you to educate your kids about that too. It's important to know that men have priority over women. Boys must be raised with care. Girls must learn to be patient.
I despise self-righteous old women.
Huh? What did you just say, Clara?
It's me, Kevin.
Kevin?
Sorry to butt in.
No, this is not Kevin. He would never say such a thing to me. Oh, I see what's going on. It's you, isn't it, Alyssa? You're pretending to be Kevin.
You can be absolutely sure it's Kevin. You should be grateful I didn't call you a wrinkled old witch or a bad-tempered old hag.
You're calling me that right now! Alyssa, I will never forgive you for this. That's why I dislike female grandchildren. But what's more, your mother's upbringing methods are despicable. I have always thought this, but I should be the one to bring up poor Kevin. Let's have a meeting tonight regarding what we should do for Kevin's future.
All right then. I'll contact you on my line.
Huh?
I really don't want to see you face to face.
Alyssa, as I said, stop pretending to be Kevin.
Okay, Grandma, where were we?
Kevin, I feel so sorry for you, to have such an unreasonable mother and sister. If you come over and live with me, you'll be able to go to a prestigious private high school. What do you say?
I never said I wanted to go to a private school.
Now, Kevin, you can be completely honest with me. No need to be concerned about your mom or your sister. Tell me how you really feel.
Even if I tell you, you probably won't listen as usual, but I'll try. Did you know that Alyssa has been going to that private school by bicycle? You thought she was going to public school. Well, she's going to Middleton Academy. That private school is only a few blocks away. Bet you didn't know she's at the top of her class. On the honors list, as a matter of fact.
Does that mean I've been hoodwinked all these years?
Hoodwinked? No way. You were never interested in what Alyssa did anyways. Don't blame your twisted imagination on others. And the reason I stayed in public school is that I not only wanted to go to school with all my close buddies, but I wanted to join the baseball team with my best friend.
Baseball team?
Yeah, and it's a pretty good team too. Oh my god, don't tell me you didn't even know I played baseball!
I had no idea.
I'm the captain of the team, and we even made it to the state finals last year. The high school I want to go to is well known for its outstanding baseball team. They made it to the state finals several times. Even been on national TV. What's more, a couple of pro MLB players went there. That's why I want to go there. Private or public, it makes no difference to me.
I really didn't realize how wonderful you were. But you do realize that baseball is not going to be of much use to you in the future. So I insist that you go to a prestigious private school.
Huh? Not much use?
That's right. Baseball is just an extension of a hobby. You really should think seriously about sprucing up your academic achievements.
I see. So that's what you think about all this.
Of course, you're my precious grandson. I'll do anything for you.
I wanted to be a pro ball player. I want to get into the major leagues.
Huh?
I'm going to be straight with you. I was never fond of you. But after you called my love of baseball just a hobby, I despise you even more! I can't stand this. Block time!
Please, Kevin!
Well, my grandmother learned the hard way that her grandson hated her. But she did not give up there. She burst into her home trying to make amends. Luckily, we weren't there. We had moved into a temporary apartment that we had leased several months prior. My husband had foreseen what her mother would do once she learned that Kevin had been accepted to that high school. And there was that issue with Alyssa too, so we figured we would clear everything up once and for all. He put in for a transfer some time back and scheduled it so that we could move about the time Kevin started at the school. In addition, my grandfather, who's on the verge of retirement, had been preparing to get a divorce. Not even knowing she'll be single soon, my grandmother is still wondering what went wrong and why all this is happening to her.